And we are live. All right, everybody, welcome back to another podcast of the Two Idiots Talking series. We are here starting a brand new series on this channel, on this podcast. We are going to be going through... Shut up, phone. We're going to be going through each NFL week. We should have started last week, but I didn't think of it last week. And each Wednesday maybe early, it's going to come up, probably going to be uploaded, I don't know, Wednesday night or Thursday, whatever. We're going to be uploading our predictions for each game. Wow, nice phone. Of the NFL season and who's going to win each week. And by the end of the year, whoever gets the most right, wins. I don't know what they win, but they win.
Get $1.
Maybe they get $1. Who knows? But anyway, we were going to start last week, but we weren't going to start last week. Actually, we had no idea this was going to happen. But I came up with the idea, and I said, fuck it. I think it's a good idea. So me and Cole are both very inclined about the NFL. We both watch it every week. So this should be pretty interesting. Now, only thing I think I would have gotten wrong last week is I probably would have said the Broncos beat the Seahawks.
You would have taken the Bears over the Niners?
Oh, right. And I would have had the Packers beat the Vikings. So yeah, last week would have been actually pretty rough for me now I think about it. No, I would have not taken the Bears over the Niners. Probably
You would
not.
have had the Steelers beat the Bengals?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Sure.
It would. Well, they didn't beat the Bengals.
Sure.
They tied, right? Or no, yeah, they tied. So
No.
the Bengals.
No. That was a different game. That was the Texans.
Oh, that was the Colts. Okay, so the Bengals lost. That's right. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Oh, they lost in OT, right? Yeah. Okay, I probably would have picked the Bengals, but I'm not sure. All right, so this week, before we go into it, Cole, what was the biggest surprise upset of week 1 for you? And you can't pick the Packers.
I was not surprised by that at all. Nothing about that was
That's
surprising.
true. You were predicting that, actually. You said Anyway, continue.
I didn't say we were going to lose. I just hate playing the Vikings because I knew shit like that happens against the Vikings. Only against the Vikings. No one else in that division. No one else.
So I guess we're not.
Only game a year that the Vikings give a shit about. It's the only one.
I see. Well, it's at home too, so.
Only one they care about. Plus, it was the Packers week 1. We're terrible week 1. We'll be fine.
I gotta say, to me, the biggest upset was Rams
Probably.
beat Bills. Not in terms of like, oh wow, upset. Like it wasn't a major upset. It was how bad they lost.
The Bills were favored.
The Bills were favored, but it's how bad the Rams lost. I guess was just at home.
Rough.
That was like, what the fuck?
I really did not expect the Bears to beat the
No,
Niners.
I didn't either. Although when I saw the weather conditions and knew it was in Chicago, and knowing that San Francisco probably hasn't played a single rain game in maybe 10 years, I was like, they could do it. If Trey Lance sucks, and
I didn't
he
know it was
did.
gonna rain.
I saw the pregame, it was like fucking pouring.
Although the biggest singular surprise, not necessarily a game, but just something that happened, was probably Joe Burrow throwing 4 picks to
That! And it was like in the first 3 quarters. After that, or the first 2 quarters actually. It was like the second half, it was fine. But the first half, he had 2 back-to-back drives with a pick. It was insane. That was surprising. He came out the gate real rough. So, rough day for Burrow owners, no doubt.
He'll be all right though.
He will be. I did predict in our little video we did before this season. I said he's not gonna be as good as he was last year. I think he's gonna take a little tumble. I don't think he's gonna be that bad, but I think he's gonna be a little bit worse. All right, enough of this. Let's bullshit into these predictions. Thursday night game, aka tomorrow, 8:15. Big matchup in the AFC West. Chargers at Chiefs. I mean, is there as good as Justin Herbert is anyone gonna pick the Chargers after that Mahomes performance? I mean,
the Cardinals.
it's in Kansas City.
Yeah,
The Cardinals
This would
look
be-
terrible.
it would be surprising if the Chargers won this. I don't think it's certainly not out of the realm of reality that Justin Herbert could go off.
I hope we
and get them
get.
to a win.
I want to see this be like AFC divisional. Mahomes Allen. I want to see Herbert rise to that level, and it's just a fucking sling fest the whole game. But I don't think the Chargers have a good enough
I
defense to
think
stop
the
Mahomes.
Chargers the Chiefs are just a better team.
Yeah, they're a more well-rounded team, and surprisingly,
And Patrick Mahomes is still a better quarterback than Justin Herbert.
oh yeah, definitely. And surprisingly, it looked like Mahomes hadn't lost Tyreek Hill at all. I mean, he was just fucking slinging it to anyone who was open.
It
It
honestly
didn't
might
matter.
be better.
I was like, that's why I said there in the preseason. I was like, they're going with the last video we recorded about the NFL season. I said they're going to. It's going to force Mahomes to be a more well-rounded quarterback and not just throw to Tyreek or throw to Travis. He's going to have all 4 targets and he's going to have to pick one. And
It's going to force Andy Reid to not just call plays when Tyreek Hill does weird shit.
Exactly.
They
It's
can't
gonna-
just abuse him. They got to actually like sit down and
Yeah, they got to have an
hatch out some
They actually
plays
have to
there.
use their offensive coordinator for once, so that's the thing. So you got the
Yeah,
Chiefs.
I do.
I do.
I don't think it'll be a blowout. It won't be a blowout.
Ooh.
Chiefs will probably win by like 10.
Cole picks Chiefs. So
They're only favored by 4 points.
I know, which is kind of surprising considering it's at Kansas.
Yeah.
Little. I mean,
It's
actually,
Kansas.
technically, Kansas's Chiefs play in Missouri, so.
Because this Kansas City is in Missouri.
Yeah, but isn't that the weird city that's like half in Missouri, half in Kansas, or is that a
I
different
don't
city?
know.
I don't remember. Anyway, the Kansas City Chiefs are in Missouri for some reason, which is whatever. Just like Washington's in Maryland, so it is what it is. Okay,
Isn't one of the New York teams in New Jersey?
they're both in New Jersey right now.
Oh, that's. Of course they are.
Yeah,
Do you think that's because?
That's a big-
I think that's honestly because the people in New York are like, listen, we'll root for you, but you're not staying here. You're not living here. You can live over there.
They don't even want them, man. People in New York, if they're honest, they only care about the Knicks. Let's keep it $1.50. Brooklyn doesn't even have a fucking team. The only reason people care about the Nets is because Kyrie and Kevin are there.
Listen,
Let's keep
I
it
think the
$1.50.
Jets and the Giants have incredibly loyal fans. They just are
The
well aware of
Jets
the fact
do.
that they suck.
The Jets have incredible. They're like the Cleveland Browns fans, man. For some reason,
I
they
don't know, I
stick
don't-
with a team that has been historically terrible.
The only thing I would try to do as a Jets or Giants fan is literally boycott the franchise until the owner sells it. I would genuinely try to do that because what's the point? You're
I
never
mean,
gonna win.
Washington's tried to do that for years now, so it hasn't worked for us
You have
either.
no coordination at all.
That's unfortunate because we're half Ravens fans, half Washington. It's so bullshit. And then the Washington fans went to Baltimore when the Ravens beat Lamar. It's weird as fuck. Anyway, so we both have Chiefs. You have it a closer game. I think this game is going to be close for the second half or close through the first half, and then I think when Kansas City gets into the thick of it at the end of the third, it's going to be just the volume difference in Kansas City is. Herbert's not going to be used to that. I think it's going to win the game for him by
I really just want
maybe more than a touchdown, maybe a touchdown. Field goal.
A flurry of touchdowns.
Oh
I just want a
god,
shootout.
I want a fucking AFC divisional repeat.
40-yard touchdown throws all game.
God, that would be sick, especially for my fantasy football team. Okay, we move on to Sunday. A whole lot of games at 1
Or is
p.m.
anyone besides Keenan Allen?
Well, he's not playing, so he's injured.
Good.
Unlucky for me. As soon as I give away fucking Robert Woods, my main fucking target, gets injured. That's great. Okay, Dolphins Ravens. It is the Dolphins at the Ravens. Tua's first away game this year. I think this game is going to be a very interesting game. I know a lot of people are like, "What? It's the Dolphins Ravens." First of all, both won week 1. The Ravens surprisingly looked really good. Now, granted, they were playing the Jets, right?
Who?
Ravens. The Ravens, they were playing the Jets,
I
right?
have no idea.
Yeah, so they were playing the Jets, so nobody gives a fuck, right? But they should stomp the Jets. It is in New York. Lamar looked really good against the Jets, so I'm not going to say much, but
Wow. Yeah, 17 for 30 and a pick. That's tremendous.
He did not go 7. He had a touchdown pass. I saw it.
He had 3 touchdowns.
Oh, okay. Well, then shut the fuck up.
He also threw a pick against the Jets.
That's fine.
Which, how do you throw a pick against the Jets?
How does Aaron
he
Rodgers throw a pick against the
barely-
Vikings?
It's
Cheers.
They have one of the best safeties in the NFL, but whatever.
That's true.
Also,
All right.
He has no receivers, so try again.
But I was gonna say, but also even though Tua and the Dolphins they looked better, than they have previous years. I don't think that team is ready to beat the
Someone's got to
Ravens.
get injured on the Ravens for the Dolphins to win this game.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Ravens here.
Unless Lamar could just, I don't know. If they stop Lamar from running, they got a shot.
Yeah,
It's a fairly close game. But I think the Ravens will win.
I think this will be a close game through the 3 quarters, and then Tua is going to throw an untimely pick, and then the game kind of ends off of that. All right, next game, Jets at Browns. Wow, that's a boring game.
I'm not watching it.
Holy.
I'll watch it whenever the Browns are on offense. But the Browns. I don't know how the Browns. If the Browns just run the ball.
The Browns won their fucking opener, shockingly.
The Browns just run the ball, and you will destroy the Jets. Just run the ball.
It's game. So crazy because both teams have quarterbacks that are just
bad.
Awful, just awful.
I would be surprised if Jacoby Brissett threw more than 20 passes.
This game is so boring. The Browns are just going to run the ball. The Jets just suck. The Browns probably win and go 2-0. But literally, this is the game of who stops fucking up the most. That's the game of it. I got the Browns, though. What do you have?
Browns. They're going to run the ball.
Yeah, that's
I don't think Jacoby Brissett. I think I would be surprised if he threw 25 passes.
I kind of agree. I don't even think he threw 25 passes the first game.
He threw 34 passes, but he only completed 18.
Jesus. That game, the Panthers-Browns game was so bad.
Nick Chubb almost had as many rushing yards as Brissett had passing yards.
Jesus Christ. All right.
And he was splitting carries with Kareem Hunt.
All right, this game's kind of interesting. Commanders at Lions, Washington versus Detroit.
Gosh.
So it's interesting because Detroit sucks. Detroit sucks. They are really bad. But Washington's win was barely a win over the Jaguars. It was a sad win, but it was a win nonetheless over the Jaguars, who last year were the worst team in the league. So the question becomes...
I'm going to take the Lions.
Really?
I'm taking the Lions.
You know, the Lions are actually favored for the first time in 25 games.
Yeah, I'm taking the Lions.
I'm going to go with my team.
I think DeAndre Swift is going to tear you out.
DeAndre Swift might not play. He's injured.
If DeAndre Swift plays you, the Lions win.
Okay, Cole picks Lions if DeAndre Swift plays. Otherwise, you pick Washington?
I guess.
All right, gotcha. I'm going to go with Washington. I think our first game, we had a bit of a fuck-up at one point, and we're going to fix that. And although the Lions defense sucks. There's nothing good about the Lions, right? It's basically just a slightly better version of the Jaguars with a better quarterback, I guess.
The Lions almost beat the Eagles.
They did, but they had to go. They were down 4 touchdowns at one point. They had to come back massively.
They came back.
Yeah,
that's play from behind.
That's
true. If there's one thing that Washington can't do, it's come back.
We came back on the Jags. We were down 2 touchdowns.
Oh, my gosh. Nothing against the Jaguars counts as you being able to do something. Nothing that you do against the Jaguars is you're allowed to use as a thing that your team can do.
Maybe the Jags will be good. All right, I'm going Washington. I think the Commanders.
No faith whatsoever in the commies.
It's a hard pick, and if we go down, we're probably not going to come back. But I think we haven't won the first game of our season.
I honestly think you're going to.
We haven't won the first game of our season in a long time. So
I think you're going to blow a lead in the fourth.
I would not be surprised. I would not. That is so typical Washington.
Probably blow a 10-point lead and lose on a field goal at the last second.
That would be the most typical. Or miss the field goal to win. That'd be the most typical Washington thing of all time. All right, Colts, Jaguars. I think the Colts are going to win this by a lot. I think they're going to come into this extremely pissed that they tied the Texans. I don't even know how that's possible, but... Yeah, I don't see a world where the Jaguars win. I just don't. Even though the Colts look...
If Trevor Lawrence just finally decides to be the quarterback he's supposed to be, then they will win. But I've seen absolutely no evidence of that.
I've seen no evidence.
And Jonathan Taylor exists. Yeah. So,
I mean,
and Michael Pittman had a great start to the year.
He did.
Even with Matt fucking Ryan.
But Matt Ryan really tried to lose that game. He really tried to lose that game. I mean, it's a miracle that he didn't win that game. He really tried to lose that game.
I'm taking the Colts.
Yeah, I think we both are. I don't see a world where even with Matt Ryan fucking up at every single stop, the Jaguars don't have enough talent to win. All right, Buccaneers versus what apparently is the 6th best team in the league, the Saints.
Yes, the 6th best team in the league.
Hey, they won, Cole. They won.
Yes, they beat the Falcons by like 3 points.
Oh my god. The funniest thing, we saw this tweet where somebody had the Falcons at the 32nd best team and the Saints at the 6th. And I was sitting there like, so you're telling me the worst team and the quote-unquote 6th best team are tied going into the 4th quarter. Something seems off. Buccaneers Saints. I mean, I don't know why people think the Saints team is good.
If I were Tom Brady, I wouldn't play.
I mean, you don't have to.
You got no reason to. You're gonna win. You've got no reason to play. I don't see any reason for Tom Brady to play in this game.
Jameis looked pretty similar. I didn't see anything different from him. He looks serviceable.
Who cares?
The Buccaneers are just better. Every single position. They're better.
The Buccaneers defense is gonna pick Jameis off 3 times probably.
Yeah. All right. So
we're gonna stack him repeatedly. I mean, the Buccaneers defense. I don't know if the Buccaneers need to take the field on offense. Honestly, I don't really see a reason.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a slaughter. I'm thinking, even if it's in New Orleans, it doesn't really matter because the Buccaneers are just a better team at basically every single position. So even if Mike Evans doesn't play, which I'm pretty sure he's going to,
they don't need him to.
They don't probably need him to. Their defense is just good enough. All right, Panthers at Giants.
Give me the Panthers.
Yeah, although the Giants won and the Panthers did lose.
Who were the Giants playing when they won?
I don't even remember.
Let's see here.
Who the hell were they?
They beat the Titans.
The Titans, yes.
Oh, they beat the Titans because the Titans missed a field goal to win the game. That's why they beat the Titans. Not a lot of faith.
The Panthers, though, they looked really bad with Baker. Really bad. He fumbled 4 times, threw a pick, did throw 2 touchdowns eventually.
He only threw 1 touchdown.
Oh, he only threw 1. Well, he had 4 fumbles, which is very bad for a quarterback. I think they definitely need to use Christian McCaffrey more, and I'm not just saying that because he's on my fantasy team, but honestly, they gave him 10 total rushes. That was it, the whole game.
Yeah, but he's never been just like a hand.
Well, they only threw him 3 times, so it wasn't very much there either. That's very little usage.
I'm sure they're gonna make some offensive changes, and I think they're gonna win.
I think the Giants' defense is a little bit better than it's been in previous years, but I agree. I think the Panthers also win. But it's going to be close. They're both bad teams. God. All right, finally, a slightly interesting game. Patriots versus Steelers. Patriots kind of losing in Miami. Kind of surprising, although Tua has never lost to the Patriots, so that was, I guess,
a close game.
It is. The Steelers got a great defense and a horrible offense. It looks like Mitch Trubisky will be starting game 2 as well.
Does that matter?
I meant like I don't see how it's going to be any different. I gotta say, who do you got?
Steelers. It's gonna come down to the wire then.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a defensive slugfest, and that plays right into Belichick's hands. I'm going to pick the Patriots in an upset. I think, although the Steelers definitely have the better... Yes, really?
Yeah,
oh, it's in Pittsburgh. Although the Steelers definitely have the better defense, there is no doubt. They have an anemic offense, and Bill Belichick's whole thing is defense. So I think with a bad offense, the Steelers are going to be playing from behind quite a lot, and they're kind of going to feel what they did to the Who did they do it to? The hell did the Steelers play right week 1? Bengals. They're going to do what they did. They're going to feel that against them. And who knows? Maybe Minka will get a game-winning pick again, but or not again, but a game-winning pick. Game-winning block field goal. That was game-winning. Pretty nice. All right, we move on. Falcons, Rams. I don't see any way the Rams lose this game. Yeah, that's a pretty good.
The Rams are going to devastate.
Worst part about this for the Falcons is the Rams just got anal fucked, and they're playing in LA. It's tough. It's just unfortunate. None of the situation works out for you. Sorry, Falcons. You had a good attempt the first week against the Saints. You're about to get slaughtered. All right, slightly interesting game. Seahawks 49ers. I would not have said this would have been interesting last week, but Geno Smith looked kind of decent. I don't want to say he was special, but he looked decent. Serviceable is a good word. The 49ers did not. They looked very, very bad. I know it was a rainy game in Chicago.
I think they might run out of some magic here. I think the Niners are going to win the game.
Well, it's in San Francisco, so it's probably not going to be raining.
If that Seattle-Denver game was not in Seattle, the Seahawks don't win it.
Oh, for sure. Easily, all the Seahawks fans got them at least 3 to 4 penalties that helped to win the game. Easily. That was just a big difference.
Which is why the Niners are going to win.
You got the Niners?
I don't think Geno's going to hold up very well at an away game.
I think the Niners do have a very good defense. I'm taking them as well. I think they kind of got it rough with the rain and a really rough start for Trey Lance. I mean, you couldn't have asked for a worse first game for your start. That's just tough. All right. Interesting game. It was interesting until Dak got injured. Bengals, Cowboys. Now, this is in Dallas. I don't think this game's going to be that close, though. I think because the Cowboys are relying on Cooper Rush now. I'm pretty sure, even though Burrow had a shit game, no doubt, I think he's going to come back with a vengeance. And the Bengals just have better talent on, maybe not both sides of the ball. Dallas has a very good defense, but they have a better offense than Dallas. And now that Dak's there, I don't see how they win, how the Cowboys win. At least not against a decent to good team without Dak. I mean, they've already lost so much talent, and then to lose Dak is just like, oh, God. Now you're going to run the ball even more. You're going to be entirely predictable. So I don't see where the Cowboys win this. I'm taking the Bengals.
I'll take the Bengals, but I don't think it'll be a blowout. I think it'll be pretty close.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Got a lot of faith in Cooper Rush, do we?
I don't know if Burrow's going to be back by week 2.
I don't think he's going to be back, but I think he's going to play a lot better than he did week 1.
Cooper Rush didn't look terrible when he was playing.
I mean, versus what? Versus Dak? I mean, Dak looked bad too, so I can't really say much, I guess. Maybe. Their offense looks terrible.
I think both teams are struggling.
That's true. They're having. I mean, the Cowboys' offense just looked awful. There's just no way. They got 3 total points, and that was with Dak playing the majority of the game. He played through the first.
Against Tampa.
Yeah, but even though Dak still played for almost the whole game, it's just bad offense. Okay, a really boring game. Texans Broncos. Is there any chance that Russell loses this? I mean, the Texans didn't lose, but God, did the Broncos look bad. Like, way worse than anyone thought they'd be. I gotta say...
I think Russell will still take care of business.
Okay. I gotta give Denver credit, though. It is in their stadium, so I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah, Denver's gonna win. I think Denver's gonna win this game by quite a bit.
Quite a bit? Oh, wow. I don't know about that, Chief. I don't know if that's going to happen. All right, finally,
what are
slightly
the Texans
interesting.
gonna do?
I mean, they tied the Colts.
What
The
is
Colts. I would have picked the Colts over the
Davis
Broncos.
Mills gonna do? Well, you'd be wrong to pick the Colts over the Broncos. That's delusional.
Well, they fucking Colts. The Broncos didn't show shit against the Seahawks either.
That was a perfect storm for the Seahawks. Every single thing that could have gone went right for the Seahawks.
That's true. All right.
Geno Smith didn't do a damn thing in the fourth quarter, and they still won the game.
That's true.
And the Seahawks completely shit the bed on in the last minute of the game because of the terrible coaching.
Oh wow. Yeah, the coaching was questionable. Not using Russell and then trying to go for a 64-yard kick for the game.
Every decision they made,
Very interesting.
Was wrong.
The brand new head coach is going to have some questions to answer on that one, no doubt. Okay.
Russell didn't just say, "No, we're calling."
You high?
That didn't happen, but whatever.
Wait, did you just say kick a field goal? Are you high?
Making it hard to defend here, Russell, but I'm still gonna pick you to win by at least a touchdown.
Cole says significant win for Broncos. Make sure we write that down.
Wait, Davis Mills is gonna throw like 2 picks.
I mean, he didn't look bad against the Colts.
The Broncos shut down the Seahawks in the fourth quarter. They shut them down offensively. They didn't do a damn thing.
Yeah, but the Broncos didn't do a damn thing on offense either.
Well, there was a lot of reasons for that.
That's true. Yeah. Okay, we move on to what I would have said before the season was an interesting matchup, and now I have no idea. Cardinals Raiders. The Cardinals got schlacked by Mahomes. That shit wasn't even fucking close, and that was at home. So now they're in Las Vegas. The Raiders had a really hard time against the Chargers, and I wouldn't say the Chargers are some elite team. They're good, maybe playoff worthy. We're not sure, but getting smacked. Derek Carr got sacked 4 times by the Chargers.
Raiders versus Chargers. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. The Cardinals look terrible. I mean, just terrible.
They were fine on offense. Like, they ended up with 21 points, which is not horrible.
Yeah, but that was mainly just garbage time points when...
I mean, yeah, fair enough. They weren't really... The Chiefs
completely let off the gas pedal in the fourth quarter. They didn't give a fuck. They were up like 4 or 5 touchdowns at that point. Most of that was garbage time. The Raiders... Derek Carr got sacked 4 times by the Chargers. I wouldn't say the Chargers are some... incredible defense. I mean, they're good, but they're not great. He threw 1 touchdown to Devontae. He was forcing it a lot to Devontae. I don't know. The Raiders look weird. This is kind of a weird matchup. I don't know who. It's so hard one to pick right now. It's in Las Vegas. The Cardinals did not show me anything. The Raiders kind of showed me a little. I feel like you could flip a coin and whatever lands on it would be the answer. But I'm going to go with the Raiders here. But, like, by a smidge. This is a hard one. Because I think before the season, we probably both would have said the Cardinals. Right?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Because Cardinals' defense was just abysmal. But the Raiders wasn't any better.
Really bad.
Like, the Raiders was okay. It wasn't great. It was okay.
This is a weird game.
Yeah, it is a weird game. It's in Las Vegas, but I mean, Arizona's right next to Nevada, so that doesn't really mean shit. There's going to be fans of both teams there.
The Raiders they have an insane fan base, though.
They do. They have a black hole fan base.
Raider Nation.
Raider. I don't think fan base diff is going to matter in this one, though.
I'll take the Raiders.
Cool. We both take the Raiders. All right. It's going to be close.
It could so easily not be close, though.
It could. It's like one of those weird games.
Derek Carr could just get his shit together and just Devontae Adams.
So could Kyler, though. So could Kyler.
Who's Kyler going to throw? Who's Kyler throwing it to? Kyler was running for his life.
Yeah, because his offensive line is one of the worst in the league.
Yeah, Kyler's going to turn into like Russell Wilson the last 2 years.
It's just the Raiders probably have the better team overall. Kyler's the best player, going to be the best player on the field. Him or Devontae? Well, him or Devontae. But he'll be the better quarterback of the two. It's just a question of whether he gets a chance to actually show that or not.
I don't know how good the Raiders' defense is.
Middle of the team. Well, I mean, they weren't terrible against the Chargers, but they weren't great. I feel like both these teams are so middle of the pack.
If the Cardinals win, it's going to be incredibly close. If the Raiders win, it probably won't be that close.
That's a fair point, actually. I kind of agree with that. Okay, fair enough. All right, Sunday Night Football, big rivalry. Bears Packers. Do I even have a question for you? I think I know where you're going with this.
Packers.
Close game?
Hope not. I hope we steamroll them.
Guaranteed.
I hope we score. I hope we win 50-0.
Wow, 50-0. Cole's a little triggered.
Tremendous.
This is in Green Bay. That's automatically a harder game for the Bears. When was I can't remember the last time Aaron Rodgers lost to the Bears, to be completely honest. I think even though the Packers offensively look just terrible, there's a lot of reasons for that.
We should have Lazard back.
You should. I hope you do, for my fantasy team's sake. I don't see the Packers. They did this last year where you guys start off terribly and then just wallop the next 8 or 9 games in a row. I don't see them losing to the Bears. First of all, Justin Fields looked fucking terrible until the last quarter. People are like, "Oh my God, Justin Fields, he played so well." Bitch, did you watch the same game we did? He looked awful till the last quarter. He finally got his shit together, but he didn't look great at all the rest of the game. Besides that, who the hell does the Bears even have? They got their running back just got injured. They got Montgomery just got injured in that game. I can't even name a receiver on their team right now. Yeah, that's going to be a rough one. I would have said considering that the Packers defense looked so bad until the first half was just terrible, but the second half they actually looked better. They're going to have a chance to score, but the Packers are just going to...
There's nothing to defend.
That's fair.
There's just so little to defend here.
The Bears are just a really bad team who got incredibly lucky the first game.
I'll be really disappointed if we don't win by more than 10 points.
Wow. All right. Both team Packers. Cole says 10 point or more. All right. Finally...
Honestly, the Vikings are our biggest rival right now. It's not the Bears.
They're the better team.
They've been our biggest rival for probably the last 5 years.
I would say the only really close matchup this week might be this next game or Cardinals-Raiders. Titans-Bills. I don't...
the Bills are going to ruin the Titans.
I don't think the Bills are going to lose this game. It's in Buffalo, so you already got the Bills Mafia, which is just going to be loud. The Titans look so fucking terrible against the
Texans. I would be in absolute awe if the Titans even really made this game particularly close.
Bro, I don't understand how the hell the Titans lost. How? You played the fucking Giants.
It's a field goal.
I know, but you played the Giants. You should have walloped them. It shouldn't have been close. You're a wild card at worst team. You're NFC whatever the fuck, or the AFC South, I think they're in.
They went all in on Ryan Tannehill when he had one good year left in him, and that was 2 years ago.
Damn, I don't know, man. Boy, that was a weird game last week. All right, so we both got Bills.
This might not be the Bills might be up by so much around the third quarter they might just stop scoring.
I mean, look what they did to the Rams.
I think the Titans will probably get a garbage time touchdown with Derrick Henry or something and make it look close, but I don't think it's going to be.
The game's going to be close in the first quarter, and then Josh Allen's going to hit one crazy play, and then the Titans are going to fall the fuck apart.
I don't know what could possibly happen that would make the Bills lose this game.
Josh Allen dies on the field. That's something.
Even if they didn't have Josh Allen,
that defense.
Like, I'm pretty sure the backup for the
God.
Bills would take down the Titans. I would, if honestly, if Josh Allen didn't play in this game, I'd take the Bills.
They probably shouldn't even play in this game.
I don't know if I don't if Diggs didn't play.
Yeah.
Take the Bills.
It's gonna be a rough one for the Titans. All right, finally an interesting game. Two teams that went 1-0, surprisingly first week. Although I guess maybe the Eagles wasn't as surprising. Vikings Eagles for the second Monday night game. This is in Philadelphia. Vikings looked very good offensively in some parts, and then kind of, I want to say they looked good defensively, but I also think that was a bit of just the Packers looking terrible offensively. The Eagles started off against the Lions great, and then just out of nowhere gave up like 4 straight touchdowns. And it was like a close game with like 3 minutes to go, and that was weird. Jalen Hurts was actually throwing the ball particularly well, I guess. I don't know. It was a weird game. I don't really know if you should look too much onto either of those first weeks for the Vikings or the Eagles. Where do you stand? Because I think this game's going to be kind of weird. It's going to be close, I think.
A lot of people, 66% of people are picking the Eagles, and I don't think it'll be that much. But they're only favored by 2 points.
That is crazy, actually. Wow.
It's weird.
I think the Vikings are better offensively. Defensively, I'd pick the Eagles. But not by a lot. I mean, the Lions put up. They were able to almost tie the game against the Eagles. So that was crazy. I don't know if that was the Eagles just letting up and being like, yeah, we were up by like 3 touchdowns, it's fine, or they just legitimately came back on them. I don't know. Hard game to pick.
The Vikings could absolutely win this game.
They could.
I think this will probably be this is probably the best matchup of the week.
I was looking at the rest of them. I was like, most of these are just blowouts. Maybe. Yeah, probably.
I don't want this to be the best game of the week. I want the best game of the week to be Chargers Chiefs. That looks amazing.
That does look good, but I don't think it's going to be. One of those two teams, probably the Chiefs, is going to take over.
This game is just going to be who can make a play in the fourth quarter that wins the game. Can Kirk make a play?
Who do you trust more, Jalen or Kirk? In the fourth quarter, both have been known to fuck up in the fourth quarter.
Let me say this. It's not going to be because of Kirk Cousins if there is a play made. It's going to be because of Justin Jefferson or
Dalvin. So true. So true.
He might make the throw, but it's not going to be him.
Not the reason.
Like, whoa, Kirk made a play. No, he didn't. Kirk threw it to somebody who made a play. Jalen might make a play.
Look, I'm gonna just go by. I'm gonna say
I'm rooting for. I'm gonna take the Eagles.
I was literally gonna say the same thing. I was gonna say that
Jalen gonna make a play.
I think the Eagles win this. It's gonna be a lot closer than some people think. Although you said the Eagles are only favored by 2.
The Eagles are -2 to win,
wow,
but 66% of people are picking the Eagles.
Okay.
Which is way more than the spread.
You know, everyone's like, "Oh wow, the Vikings beat the Packers," but I'm also like, the Vikings didn't look great offensively. Like the Packers, there was 2 big plays the Packers gave up. That was the difference in the game, really. Yeah, the Packers sucked dick for the rest of the game, but
Vikings didn't do anything in the second half of that game.
No, they didn't. The Packers defense shut them down. So obviously the Vikings do have issues when they can't get Justin Jefferson open. They're going to have some issues on offense. And the Eagles are a good enough defense to, I don't want to say you're going to stop Justin Jefferson, but you can prevent some big plays from him. It's a question of whether Jalen is a good enough offensive player to take advantage of the opportunities the Vikings are going to give him.
Interesting game for Jalen Hurts.
It is a very proving game for Jalen.
Easily the X factor of this game. Kirk will just do his thing. He'll play slightly above average quarterback play, and he'll put up, I don't know, he'll probably put up like 21 points or something. He'll put up maybe 17 to 21 points.
Every game that Kirk Cousins, every one of these games that Kirk Cousins has had in a close game where it's like down to the wire type of thing, he always tends to lose. He wins like 1 out of 100 of them. but he always tends to lose most of them. Now, his stat line always looks great, but he always tends to lose the close ones.
His stat line looks fine.
His stat line looks better than average. How about that?
Slightly.
Slightly, whatever. He's won like one single close game where it's like, okay, both of these teams could just fight each other to the death. I want to say, I'm gonna take the upset. I'm gonna take the Vikings barely. Vikings win on a field goal. Last second. It may even go to OT. Honestly, it may be an OT field goal, but I think the Vikings win on a field goal. It's gonna be really close. I don't particularly think the Eagles are as good as everyone says they are. I think they're better. I definitely don't think they're where everyone says they are. And this, if the Eagles are actually as good as people think they are, they'll prove it by winning this game handily. The Vikings don't have that great of a defense. They're okay, but they will. If they are as good, the Eagles should win this by like 10 points or more. Do you agree? Do you disagree?
I don't see either team winning by anywhere near 10 points.
No, I know. I'm saying, but the Eagles, given the hype they've received, should win this game by 10 points or more.
I don't know if they're hype. I think people are just saying the Eagles are going to win their division because they're in an incredibly weak division.
Yeah, all right.
I don't think anyone's picking the Eagles to do anything in the playoffs.
No, they're definitely not. Although Eagles fans are, but that's them.
Every fan base is delusional.
That's true, even the Packers. Okay.
Sure.
So let's check out what we have. Okay, both of us picked the first three together. First difference is we have one different. Commanders versus Lions. You have Lions. I have my team. Then we have you pick the Steelers. I picked the Patriots. So that's 2. You picked the. We both picked the Broncos. You said significant win for the Broncos. Both took the Packers. And then the Vikings over. I picked Vikings. You pick Eagles. Okay, so that is 1, 2, 3 different games that we could have different. Yeah. So what's your favorite match? What's your game of the week to watch besides the Packers? I gotta say, it has to be Chargers Chiefs, right?
It's either Chargers Chiefs or Vikings Eagles.
Yeah, I those two games are gonna be good. I wish I could.
Vikings Eagles will be the. I mean, gosh, I don't know because it's the Vikings and the Eagles, man. There's like.
Watch them both come out and just shit the bed in this one disgusting field goal fest the whole game.
Not impossible.
It is so possible for that to happen. Both teams just won. They're all like, "Oh, we're a good team now."
I'm praying that the Chargers Chiefs is the game of the week.
Chargers Chiefs. All right, so you probably want the Eagles to win, right? That's why you're picking them.
Yeah. Also, fuck the Vikings.
All right, that's our week 2 predictions. Let us know who you think got the most. Let us know who you think is going to be right the most, and see you in week 3. Have a good one.